Dr. Todd Geren is a teacher of world history at Fannin County High School. Dr. Geren enjoys teaching his students all about the events of human history in class every single day. Dr. Geren recently completed his doctorate in education a few months ago, and now he bears the proud title of Dr. Geren. Today, I will be interviewing Dr. Geren about teaching and about world history. I know you're a teacher here at Fannin County High School. How long have you been teaching here?
This will be my 6th year, so when I complete this year, I will have done 6 years here at Fannin County.
Well, that's really good.
Thank you.
I am aware that you taught at different high schools before you taught here. What other high schools did you teach at, and how was the experience there?
Well, I taught at 2 other schools before I came here to Fannin. During my student teaching, I taught at Darrington Academy, which was right down here where the new motel is on the highway. It used to be a private school for teens that were in need of extra help. And then after Darrington Academy, I got my start at Pickens County High School in Jasper. I remained here in Blue Ridge, but I drove to Jasper every day, and that's where I taught for about 10 years.
So, what do you love about teaching, and why did you choose to follow this career path?
Well, I'll start with my reasons for the career path. I had a first grade teacher named Joanna Postel at Ducktown Elementary, where I'm from in Tennessee, and she knew that I could read at a higher level when I was in first grade. So she would usually take the kids who couldn't read so well, and she would put them in one area of the room, while she let me sit over with the other kids on the other side of the room. And my job was to say, now it's your turn to read, now it's your turn to read, now it's your turn to read. And I think in first grade, that's when I knew that I wanted to become a teacher. But I think I fell in love with it as I continued growing from other teachers that I had in middle school and high school. And then I just really believe that God called me for this specific profession so that I can serve Him better by serving His children.
Well, that's a really neat story.
Thank you.
What is your least favorite part about teaching, and why is it your least favorite part?
Just teaching in general, I guess, would be, I really don't feel that I have a least favorite part. I mean, it's very time consuming, and I think that the best teachers really truly do give themselves to education. For me, I guess, it's the balance that I have to do of making sure you kids get what I know you need versus what the standards say.
Right.
And I'm not claiming that the standards don't matter, but there is some stuff that's missing from our standards that you guys are in desperate need of for the real world, to get you prepared for college, to get you prepared for careers. And I think every good teacher knows that we have to balance what is required for us to teach versus what we know you need. And so that I guess would be my least favorite part, is trying to find that balance to make sure you guys get what you need.
Right. I know you teach world history here at the high school. Why did you choose to teach world history?
Well, when I started here at Fannin, I actually started in the English department. For 10 years at Pickens, I taught Honors English 9, World Literature, as well as United States Literature, U.S. Literature. So that's where I started when I came here. But then I was in need to help out with the drama program. Lisa Burgess had retired, and they were in need of somebody to help take over the drama program, so I worked there for 4 years. And then this year specifically, it was to more help my family with my time at home. Theater took a lot of my time, and my daughter, having the disability that she does, I needed to spend a little bit more time at home helping my wife through everything that we're going through at home. And so the administration was very kind to help me find another possible avenue for education, and I minored in history when I was in college, and I really enjoyed it, got my certification, and I'm just really enjoying teaching world history here.
Well, that's really nice. What is it about world history that is so interesting to you, and why is it interesting?
I think I really enjoy world history because I like to travel. For the longest time at Pickens County High School and here, I was the travel club sponsor with EF Tours. And I like to travel to many different places, but specifically I've been to London, France, Paris or France, been to several cities in Italy, been to Scotland, and on my trips, I just realized there's so much of the world out there and so much culture to really take in. And some of the best education you guys can get is to go physically and see these places. Now, we're restricted right now to that, travel ban, but anytime you get a chance to do that, I think you'll fall in love with the history of a place. And so I think that's why I find world history most fascinating, is that I've physically been to these places, and I would like to get you guys as close as I possibly can.
Right, so you can go to a place and connect with its culture.
Oh, absolutely. There's no better education than to really feel and take in a lifestyle of what's going on around you in a new place.
Well, what is your favorite time period to study in world history, and why is it your favorite?
I really enjoy There's so many I could really choose from. I'm a big fan of the Renaissance. I'm a big fan of the Enlightenment period. World War II especially is attractive to me, but I think overall I really like the Renaissance just because it shows the nature of what human beings can do, the possibilities of what they were creating in art, music, literature especially, because I love literature. And you can't go wrong with a period from which the Ninja Turtles are inspired. I think that's pretty dang awesome that you can get all your artists in one little Saturday morning cartoon package. So I guess the Renaissance, and it just really shows the height of human opportunity. What we were able to create and begin to think about in that time changes the face of history from that point forward.
Right. So how much planning, preparation, and thought goes into a world history lesson before you teach it to a class?
Oh, well, in my personal experience, I probably go overboard. I do a lot of preparation, and I hope my students can see that every day. Of course, every teacher has to go through their college preparation. That takes the majority of our life for that. But on a daily basis, we get a planning period, but any teacher who says they don't continue to work after school has lied to you. We work so many hours afterwards, and my colleagues put a lot of hard work into their timing. So for me, I would feel that I'm cheating you if I don't do the same. I will go home and watch documentaries. I will double check research that I've done myself and research that other people have done, even as locally as where I just got my degree at Kennesaw. I just want to see how much of the good information I can give you guys and making sure that it's as up to date as possible. History is still going on, and they're finding new discoveries all the time. So I really pour as much as I can into it. I would say an extra 2 to 3 hours a day, and then just to make sure that I have it presented correctly to all of you. I work on these PowerPoints for years, so it's been a long time coming.
It's a lot of dedication.
Thank you.
Last but not least, I know you recently completed your doctorate in education. How does this achievement make you feel, and how will it impact the rest of your career?
I'm happy to finally get some sleep. 5 years of work has been an amazing experience. I met a lot of really awesome people that I will now have in my network and my career for the rest of my life. But it feels amazing to be done with a milestone accomplishment that I've always dreamed of doing. But in reality, as far as it's feeling any different, I feel the same. I don't necessarily think that I deserve any other type of recognition. I don't think that I deserve any type of different treatment from anybody. It's a title because I've done this to support my family. I've done it to support all of you, and that's what I really, really think that I would feel about this. And as far as it impacting the rest of my career, I've already had options of people picking up my research and continuing forward, hopefully to fix any issues that are going on with the education of children with Rett syndrome. My daughter may not immediately benefit from it, but thousands of other girls that are born with Rett syndrome in the future hopefully will. And if my research can be a bit of a springboard for that, then I think I've done my job as far as being a servant.
That's good. It must feel really good to have your research used by everyone else to help with other ladies with Rett syndrome.
I really, really hope that's the case, and I really hope somebody takes it and just rolls with it.
That's good. Well, thank you so much for being here and spending your time with me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for thinking that I'm worth talking to, and I'm very happy to serve.
Thank you. I appreciate it. A huge thanks goes out to Dr. Geren for being interviewed. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.